Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a get to know me, a get to ready with me. I'm going to be doing a New Year's inspired glam, so let's get to it. All right guys, we're going to be just covering some common questions that I get on my socials, and the person that's asking me my questions is the one and only Sammy, my fiance, Mr. Revenge. So go ahead, Sammy, whenever you're ready.
First things first, what's your name and where are you from?
So if you're new to my channel, my name is Lauren. I also go by Lauren Elizabeth. I take my middle name very seriously because it is my mom's name. And if you don't know, she's my best friend. And I am from Houston, Texas. I actually was somewhat raised in San Antonio, Texas whenever I was growing up because I am a daughter of divorce. So I know a little bit of San Antonio. I'm not a local, but I do love San Antonio with all of my heart.
How old are you?
So I am 24 years old. I am a Scorpio and my birthday is November 2nd, 2000. Let me know your sign in the comments.
Do you have any pets?
I do. I have two puppies. One is Rocky Balboa. He is a mini schnauzer. He is actually 1 year old as of December 3rd. And then we have Ollie, which a lot of you know because he's been on my channel for years. He's around 8 or 9 years old and he is a Maltipoo.
What is your current favorite TV show or movie? You can pick either one.
My favorite movie or TV show? That's a rough one. For movies, definitely Beetlejuice or any horror movie. I am the biggest horror movie fan. I can rewatch them up to 14 times, aka like Freddy vs. Jason. I watch that pretty much every other month because it's so good. For a show at the moment, or one that I've always loved, is Dexter, or let's see, probably Vampire Diaries, a very classic TV show.
Are you a morning person or more of a night owl?
Honestly, if you get to know me, and it's actually funny because it's currently 9:16, I would definitely say I'm a night person. When it comes to filming my content, something about filming it at night kind of just brings me peace and joy because it's so silent. So definitely a night person.
Now, everybody knows that you are amazing at makeup and fashion, but what are some hidden talents that you think people don't know that you're pretty good at?
One that I would say like opened up to recently is the fact that I'm in school. And a lot of people don't really expect content creators or influencers to take place in school. And I'm actually about to graduate with my bachelor's in marketing this upcoming May. And the joy it brings me because I myself am the biggest marketing nerd. And I feel like I'm very resourceful when it comes to anything marketing. So if you have any questions as a content creator or an influencer, let your girl know in the comments and I got your back.
What's your favorite thing about creating content?
Ugh, that's a rough one. But honestly, the joy of editing is really what seals me in for the content creation. It's not so much filming the content, making up the ideas or concepts that I want to film. It's just being able to sit on my couch very comfortably and edit away and just like really bring my vision to life when it comes to making peaceful content for you guys. I really want it to feel homey, authentic, transparent, and I feel like I've accomplished that this past year. Okay, we took a little brief intermission and now we're gonna return. I wasn't making any progress on my glam, so let's go ahead and continue. Sammy, next question.
What is one goal you are working towards in 2025? I would say, I know you have a lot of goals, so let's start with the first half, Q1. What is the goal for Lauren's Revenge in Q1 of 2025?
So for Q1, as of right now, my main goal is to graduate. School is priority right now for me just because I'm so close. I have 3 classes left and we are done with school. But as far as content creation goes and just entering a new, I guess, world of media, I definitely want to focus on my YouTube family and grow with you guys. We have a lot going on behind the scenes. And I mean, as far as with my agency, we're going to try to work with more brands, just bring more visibility to who I am. Outside of content creation, I do want to get a 9-to-5, which I think we will jump into on my next podcast episode because yes, season 2 is on the way. But we'll talk more about that in my podcast. But we do have a business side to me now. I know it's been a hot minute, but I am a makeup artist, a beginner makeup artist. I've officially had Revenge Artistry for 1 year, so yay to us. But one of my main goals for the business is to not only expand the line of products we have within Revenge Artistry, but to, I guess I just really want to grow. I want to focus on the behind the scenes of my business and just grow internally before externally. And I want to be able to bring new products to you guys, new lashes, new brushes, etc. And there's just so much that needs to come to life first before we get there. So I have a couple little exciting things happening this year, but Q1 I'm super excited for.
All right, so we're going to be jumping to some Instagram responses. We're going to start with Isabella. She said, "What's your favorite concealer?"
Okay, so if you've been following me on TikTok, I rave about this concealer all the time. Hold on. Sorry, I've been drinking Dr. Pepper. Excuse me. My favorite concealer as of right now is the Hourglass concealer. I have two different shades. I'm actually putting it on as we speak. My favorite is the shade Silk and Cream for highlighting. These two together, I love it. I feel like this is one of the very few concealers that I find that don't crease on me if applied right, and I'm just obsessed with it. And you really don't need a lot for coverage. If you want more of an affordable concealer that I love, I shared it in my recent video of my makeup kit, and it's the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Definitely a steal for drugstore, and it's amazing. Another one, just to throw one in there, would be the Kimchi Concealer. Am I the biggest fan of the packaging? No, but the formula is immaculate. Definitely give those a try and let me know your thoughts. But if you also have your favorite concealer and you think I haven't tried it, put it down below in the comments.
We're going to stick to some technical makeup. There's a little bit of different stuff that I like, but I think
Okay.
we're going to stick with the makeup. Cool Kitty Meows asked.
Oh my god, that's Aiden's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Hey, queen.
How can I get a smooth base with not expensive makeup?
In my opinion, there's many ways to do it. One of the ways I used to do it growing up was just buying a normal drugstore moisturizer. I think a good solid moisturizer in your skin prepping kit, because in my opinion, you really don't need as much as I use. A good base would be maybe like a hyaluronic serum or like a niacinamide serum along with like your favorite moisturizer. So brands that I recommend that would maybe be like in Target or in Walmart would have to be, I honestly recommend CeraVe. I know a lot of people kind of go towards other brands, but I think that's a good classic brand just because the ingredients aren't harsh, and especially if you're young, you don't really want to damage the skin by applying products that you really don't need. So CeraVe is a good one. Ooh, okay, so this brand in particular isn't expensive, but they are in Sephora. It is called the Inky List. I'm obsessed with their hyaluronic acid serum along with their moisturizers. They have a water cream, they have like a regular like a thick cream. They just have so many different types of options to choose from, and the formulas of each one are amazing, and they do definitely tailor to so many different skin tones, along with the price being from like $5 to like $20. So I definitely think that's on the affordable side, and you should definitely check them out. All right, y'all, I had to do the brows off camera because they were taking a hot minute, but now we're going ahead and moving on. I'm doing eyes. I'm currently obsessed with, and I have to share it with you guys, the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the Neutrals palette. So this has that little bluish gray tint. This one right here has been my favorite recently. I actually kind of love it over the original. I don't know what it is. And maybe it's because I'm such a cool tone girly, but let me stop yapping. Go ahead, Sammy, ask the next question.
We're on TikTok now, and we're going to hop into the first one. Alexis McClellan asks, how long did it take you to build a following, and were you camera shy? And if you were, how did you get over that?
We'll attack the first one. So the first one being,
how long did it take you to build your following?
So funny enough, we talked about this just now. I've been on social media for a little over a decade, right? So the first iconic platforms to really post on was YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at the time. And Twitter was really booming because that's when all of the, I guess you want to call them beauty gurus at the time, were taking off and posting their looks, and you would get like recognized by brands, all of that, you know? So at the time, Anastasia Beverly Hills was one of the biggest brands at that time for me personally, and to get noticed by them continuously kind of like boosted my ego, I'm not gonna lie. And I would always get reposted by them on their socials, and funny enough, it kind of made its way. My dog is literally scratching into the ground. he's good. But it was always such a big thing to get reposted by these brands. And so whenever they did repost me, they would share it also on their Instagram. And by then, I was growing followers like out of the wahoo, but I was also posting regularly. Oh my God. I was like, that doesn't sound right. I was posting pretty consistently on YouTube, and I have my one iconic YouTube video that's, I believe, over 500K, which is insane. I think, don't quote me on it, but it's very high up there. It's like one of my most viewed videos on YouTube. And funny enough, that's kind of what really paved the way for me and brought everybody to my Instagram, along with having like my high school friends, family friends, and whatnot on there following me. But for the most part, people found me just through my beauty content, and I kind of just rode the wave since then, and it just grew. So one thing, I guess, piece of advice is just to be consistent. I know you hear that a lot from multiple different OGs, but that's really the truth. You just have to continuously post, and you're gonna see growth. And you just have to make sure you're being authentic and transparent, and kind of show what's different about yourself and what makes you kind of stand out versus everybody else. Even if that's like a hidden talent, like something makeup you think that nobody else has shown, like share that hack, and you never know, you could be the next viral girl. Okay, but the next question, because I honestly forgot.
Yeah, so she asked if you were camera shy, and if you were camera shy, how did you get out of that?
I don't know. I don't really think I was ever camera shy. I was never the girl to like just post like the corner of her eye unless it was like an eyeshadow look, or like to go disappear and delete everything on my IG, no shade, no tea. But I was never one of those girls. I was always like a selfie. Let me show off my makeup. Let me show off my face. Even when I was barefaced. I don't know. I don't think I went through a shy phase. I definitely went through an introvert like time in high school, I would say, but nothing to where like I was shy on camera, didn't know what to say. I will say I mess up so much on camera. You're gonna see it in my vlog. I'm actually vlogging right now, and you're gonna see a little bit of a behind the scenes. I mess up behind the scenes all the time. There's so many bloopers in all of my videos, but just know I'm not perfect. I definitely have my up and downs when it comes to content creation, and if it's not camera shy, I'm definitely saying a word wrong, just like how I did for you. So I don't know. I definitely think one thing you should do is just kind of practice in front of the camera, even if you're not going to post it. I think that's one of the best ways to kind of get yourself familiar with the feeling and kind of just letting loose and not giving a single shit. I'm sorry. Like, just stop giving a single shit of what everybody thinks, because they're not you. They're not taking the time to create content and do what you're doing, because you're putting yourself out there in the world, and social media is so mean and so ugly. And if you have the balls to make a video and post it and be happy with it, salute to you. That's it. Like, that's the key. Brands will notice you, people will notice you, and people will appreciate you for being real and raw. So take that with what you will.
Kiana's asking, any advice for an MUA that wants to grow a following?
I will say something different from what I just answered. And one thing I have been experiencing, or not experiencing, but experimenting with, is looking at the trends that other makeup artists will do. So not so much the day in my lives, but if you want to grow a following, and I mean probably more business-wise, do the little beauty transitions. I don't know if you see them. I've definitely posted one or two, but I just show like the bare face of my model to like full glam. And for whatever reason, they perform really well on social media. And it's just because you're showcasing your work, you're building your portfolio. And a lot of people want that, especially because there's so many MUAs in the beauty industry that like to filter their work. And so for you to take a video of your client before and after and no edits, it really makes a difference. And I think it itches some people's brain, because they're like, wow, like her work is authentic. It's real. It's like, I want a book right now. But some other ways is to connect with other MUAs, really make connections in the industry, whether that be following local MUAs, MUAs that you look up to. I actually just saw this thing on Threads, which I stand against entirely, because I follow quite a few MUAs, local and just all over the world, that I look up to. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't know why we're trying to build a stigma with you shouldn't be able to follow them and it won't help your business. I mean, it will, because you're building connections, and you never know if you're in a different state and they need help and backup, you could be that potential replacement for them. So I think don't shorten yourself, and don't take all of these hard criticisms from some MUAs, because it's only going to just shorten your vision, and I don't want that for you. So work hard and just kind of look at what's working for others and maybe implement in your own content, but make it your own.
Do you have a signature style or a signature look as a makeup artist that you really feel like it's your thing?
So I've kind of learned this within the last year of me doing like makeup artistry. And I will say one thing that I've kind of learned to love is soft glams, but I kind of make it my signature in a way of it looking soft, yet it's full. It's going to give you that coverage. It's going to look like a full glam, but very soft on the skin. Like your complexion's going to look like out of the water, very fresh, very baby doll like. I love the baby doll look, and I definitely think that's something that I will always try to recreate in all of my glams, obviously tailoring them to each individual client. But something about a signature soft baby pink blush glam has my heart.
How do you learn additional makeup? Do you take courses? Do you teach yourself?
I think that's a really good question, actually, because as somebody who is always eager to learn, I mean, it's a part of my work ethic. I love learning new things. I love learning how to not only improve my own makeup routine, but also what I do with my clients. I typically call myself self-taught because that is technically what I am. I'm not licensed. I didn't go to cosmetology school. And that's probably the best route I did take because I don't care about hair. I mean, I can do it really well, but I personally self-taught myself by learning through other people. I don't know if that makes sense because I don't ever want to discredit the people that I watched on YouTube who taught me how to glam and how to do others. But one thing I will say, starting my business is investing into your business and investing into your knowledge. And I took a class with Louis Dollhouse. If you don't know him, he's an icon. I'll put a little photo right here on the screen, but I loved his class. I rewatch it so frequently and it's super affordable. You learn so much. It's through I think like a private Instagram link, if I remember correctly. It was like a private live. And it was so informative. And you can ask as many questions as you want. And I mean, like you can chew his ear off and he'll answer everything you need. And I definitely have a course on my own. So if you're in search of a course that's affordable, under $100, mine's on my website, I believe for sale for $65, and it covers my signature glam. We are definitely uploading not only more tutorials, but more business related content that's going to cover like pricing, how to grow your clientele, how to learn your local area and just, reconnect with other MUAs and kind of grow a business together. So there's a lot in the plans, but I don't know. I mean, it just really depends. But I would overall say definitely invest into your business and just find a makeup artist you trust and you love and see if they have a course and take it.
Who currently or what is influencing your makeup style?
You guys have been seeing recently, I've been doing a lot of cool tone glams, a lot of like Y2K, thin brows, like very seductive. Like a lot of my creator inspos are very much up that alley. So Gabriette for one of them, I'll put a little screenshot of her profile. I'm sure a lot of you know of her. She worked with Mac recently. I'm gonna have to say Ava, another iconic queen. She actually works as an instructor at the MUA project with me. She runs pretty much a lot of classes there. There's honestly so many. I love Roxette. If you guys know her, she's a classic on YouTube. A lot of Latino based creators. I love the makeup that we do is just so different, so unique, and that's definitely where I grab a lot of my inspo from.
We're gonna wrap up with this last one. I think this one I think will change as you grow, but it's a good one. It's a good one to end on a high note.
Because we're gonna do it every year, baby. We're gonna do a little check-in every year and see if it changes.
What's the best piece of advice that you have received as a makeup artist?
Oh, that's hard. Because I've received so much.
What's the first one that comes to mind? Like, what's the first one that you have right now when you think of, or what's on your mind right now?
Don't compare yourself to other makeup artists and their work or where they're sitting at in their career and how you're not there just yet. Everybody's at a different point in their life. And I definitely think you shouldn't be too hard on yourself in the beginning because you're only growing and you want to love your passion. You don't want to hate it. And so if you start to really just kind of devour yourself in jealousy and like, why am I not there yet? Why are my glams not coming out? You're just going to ruin the love you have for this one job that you wanted to achieve. And I think you just need to be you. And that's why I keep repeating myself on being authentic, on being transparent with yourself and just accepting who you are. It's because I went through it myself and that's the only way to really grow as a person. So really just think about what you want your outcome to be in your business as an MUA, as a person, as a content creator. It really applies to anybody. But you have to be genuinely honest with yourself and really manifest on what you want for yourself, for your business, and for your content and your audience. I'm gonna wrap up my eyes real quick and then I'll come back and show you my lip combo and then we'll finish the video. But I know you guys are tired of me yapping, so BRB. Of course, like I promised, let's go ahead and do one of my favorite lip combos whenever I do a bronzy type of eye. So I'm going to walk you through my lip combo, but Sammy says we have a little surprise, so go ahead, babe.
Bonus question.
Oh, okay.
What is the most challenging makeup look that you've ever created?
Ooh, okay. So I have to put a photo, but bringing up Louis' Dollhouse again, he creates some of the most unique, revolutionary makeup glams I've ever seen. And this look right here probably took me around 3 hours, and it may look a little bit more on the simple side, but I was experimenting like with new creams from Made by Mitchell, his little color cases. Insane. And I love that look. It was probably one of my more challenging looks. Go ahead and get back into this lip combo because wasn't expecting a little question. But I'm gonna use the Lip Cheat lip liners from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the shade of Foxy Brown. And I'm just gonna quickly line my lips, nothing crazy. Okay, all I'm gonna do now is clean up my lips with my concealer brush. Okay, and then I'm gonna take one of my most favorite lipsticks. This is also Charlotte Tilbury in the shade KKW, which is the Kim K lip, and I love how nude this is. So I'm gonna pop this right into the center. And before I move on, I like to just go over with my lip liner. And then to really add a little brightness to the lip, I'm gonna take the Ortega Beauty Nube little lip pencils. Looks like this. And I like to pop this one specifically right in the center. And that is the final glam. Let's go ahead and set everything in place. I'm gonna grab my favorite little setting spray. This is the One Size Until Dawn. If you don't know, this is a little hack that I love to do. I like to spray it upside down. This is what really gives you all of the product that's in the can versus just like air. So like always, just spray. Okay, and just like that, that is my glam, and that was a little get to know me segment. I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me. If you want a more in-depth makeup tutorial, please let me know in the comments, but I love how this glam came out. It's actually stunning, but I love you guys. Let me know a little bit about yourself in the comments as well. I'd love to meet my besties. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.